What's going on, everybody? I am the opening act for Trench Talk with Devontay Love-Taylor. I'm Aslan Hajavandi, Director of Digital Media for Warchant.com, the ultimate Seminoles sports source. Thanks so much for being here. We'll get started around 6 p.m. sharp with the Q&A, taking your questions from here on YouTube, maybe some on Twitter, and then there's lots over on the Warchant.com Tribal Council. Again, it's Trench Talk, and it'll be with Devontay Love-Taylor, who is your starting offensive lineman as the depth chart got released. Go to Warchant.com, check out the story and the write-up that Corey did. Pretty nice breakdown of the depth chart and where guys line up, what's been surprising to him, and things of that nature. Hit the thumbs up button as you're watching us here. I got to actually close the tips. I need to do that. Make sure I do that before we get started full bore. But hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. As you know, with the addition of Jeff Cameron and Tom Lang, we're really cranking out content on here. So to get the full experience, obviously be a subscriber of the website, but also the YouTube channel, because we'll be having pregame shows. Jeff and Tom's pregame show will air live here on YouTube on Warchant TV. The postgame show with Gene and Tom, as you remember from last season, that's also going to be on the website. And then Seminole Headlines, which will be live 1 to 3 p.m. tomorrow. You can watch that right here on YouTube, Warchant TV. So lots to get excited for. We had 30, everybody. We had 30 comments, replies on our Renegade Express thread. That is the most that we've ever had for the Wake Up Warchant podcast. So people are super, super excited for this season. It's hard not to be excited for what could be a really big momentum shift for this program as they take on Notre Dame, 7:30 p.m. ABC Saturday on Sunday, September 5th. We'll get to your questions again here at the top of the hour with Devontay Love-Taylor. A reminder, if you're coming in town for aforementioned game, Friday night at Horizons Bar, that's off Bannerman, north side of town. But that's the Seminole Headline / Warchant Appreciation Party. That's going on 5:30 Friday. Saturday, 2 p.m., that's the little bit of the bigger extravaganza. We'll have some giveaways to our subscribers and the folks who show up. That'll be 2 p.m. Saturday, Corner Pocket. That will be Saturday. Watching the Alabama-Miami game, I guess we're going to hate watch it. I don't know what we're rooting for. I think I'm just rooting for, both teams just to go kapoom. But we'll see how that goes out. But nonetheless, 2 events to check out with us. We'll have Warchant Report later on in the week. It'll be Jeff, Corey, and Ira breaking things down. Corey and Ira obviously been in practice frequently this offseason. Ira's been there for every single minute of it. Jeff's been out there as well. So we'll have that for your listening and viewing pleasure. And then again, the podcast, Wake Up Warchant. So not a lot really of earth-shattering stuff on that depth chart, as hopefully you saw the video that we did earlier with Corey and myself. Mackenzie and Jordan and Mackenzie listed at or, so that lets you know where we're at. If you're expecting to know who the starting quarterback's going to be, probably check back on Thursday, I guess is the last time we'll be able to talk to Coach Norvell. Maybe he'll tell us then, but I wouldn't necessarily hold my breath on that. It's all strategery, everybody. You can't really fault him for it. It's any advantage you could possibly get. You're going to want to do it. So we'll turn things over here to Devontay here in a few more minutes, but everyone's excited. Marlon's in the house. Eric's here. Kyle's here. It's going to be great. Even Bobby's here. Wants to know about, I'll ask him about being hydrated. No, I'm not going to ask him about being hydrated because he knows. He's part of the strength and conditioning program. They've put him through the ringer. He knows his nutrition. He's ready to rock. We'll be ready to go when we do this show at 6 p.m. We'll be doing this every Monday now, we think, during the season. Monday's usually Devontay's day off, if you can call it that for a football player. But with the schedule being kind of thrown around with the Sunday kick, he was able to make it work for us here on Monday. So we do appreciate Devontay doing that because he's a busy guy. I can't wait to ask him about maybe how excited he was. He probably knew that he was going to be a start on the depth chart, but being a kid from Florida and you see your name there, depth chart starting, bam, Devontay Love-Taylor. That had to be a super awesome feeling for him. So maybe we'll get some reaction from him on that. Post your questions here on YouTube. You can maybe even tweet at us. You can also post on the warchant.com Tribal Council. There is a thread on there right now titled Trench Talk. So you can't miss it. It's right there for you. All right. With all that said, we are approaching the top of the hour. So we will bring on the man that you're all here to talk to, number 58 in your programs, but again, number 1 in your hearts. It's Devontay Love-Taylor. Let's turn it over. Let's start up, I think, our 3rd edition now of Trench Talk with Devontay Love-Taylor. Here we go. From the ultimate Seminole sports source comes another original live content production. Trench Talk with Devontay Love-Taylor. You bring the live rounds, he'll bring the pancakes. And now, number 58 in your programs, but number 1 in your hearts, here's the man of the next half hour, Devontay Love-Taylor. There he is, y'all. It's Devontay Love-Taylor. It is Trench Talk. Thanks so much for being here with us, Devontay. How you doing, man? It's Monday. It's game week. You made it, man. How excited are you for this, your last opener in the college game?
Man, I'm too excited. I can't wait. You know, days are moving slow right now.
Are you sleeping well, though? We need you to sleep well, Devontay.
Yeah, for sure. You got to get your sleep. You got to rest. Okay,
right on, man. I talked about it before we brought you on, but the depth chart got released today. Saw your name there starting at right guard. I'm sure you knew kind of where you stood in the pecking order, but how does it feel being a kid from Florida, the path you took? You're here now, 2021, going through what you went through last season, and you're starting for Florida State University against Notre Dame primetime Sunday, man. Can you put that into words for us?
You know, it's a dream come true. You dream about this stuff all the time as a little kid, not even just being a starter, but being a part of the team. I was sitting next to Darius Washington the other day, and we were just sitting there and we looked at our helmets. We're like, we're really at Florida State right now. It's just little things like that. Like you see the logo on your helmet, you see your jersey, you see your name on the back of your jersey and your number, and it means a lot.
You guys are so much about routine. Obviously, playing on Saturdays, you have your sort of set schedule. How's it trying to get ready for a Sunday opener? And is it better that you guys are having to do a Sunday game, if you're going to do a Sunday game, that it's actually the first game of the season to kind of get prepared for?
I feel like it's better to do it early on because, let's say we played a Saturday game in the season and then had to get ready for a Thursday game, a quick turnaround or having to adjust the schedule completely in the middle of the year. But, Coach Norvell, he preaches response and everything like that. So I think if we had to play it on a Wednesday night, he'd have us ready.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I know you're ready as always, man. Let's get to some of these questions. Let's start over at Warchant.com's Tribal Council. This comes from FSU's biggest fan. Can't confirm whether or not he is, but he is a self-proclaimed one. Says, who's the most competitive gamer? I think he means video games. Competitive gamer on the team.
We have a few. My roommate, Brady, he's really competitive. He's always in here yelling with his headset on. Jermaine Johnson, he has a nice little game set up. I think those are more like the Warzone type of guys, but like the Madden guys, I hear DJ Lundy's pretty good. Kier Thomas, they're always playing. There's a lot of guys. I don't really play video games, but I hear them talking trash about it. But Marquiston, he's a 2K guy. But I don't say we just have one competitive gamer.
Do you guys call Marquiston Biscuit, or is that just a name that Coach Dillingham gave him?
I don't call him Biscuit, but a few people do.
So when's the last time you did pick up the sticks, Devontay? I know you're not a gamer, but have you played a video game lately?
I have a PS3, but it broke. I like to play NCAA.
Okay, all right.
I haven't played. It broke a while ago.
When was the last NCAA game they made? I know it's been away for a while. I forgot what the last one they made was.
14, but they had like a thing where you could update the rosters, so I did that.
Gotcha. All right, definitely. All right, let's get things started right here on Trench Talk with Devontay Love-Taylor. Oh, I need to pull this up. Noel Atkins says he loves your drawing of Coach Atkins. I got to pull this thing up. So you folks don't know, Jacksonville was a pretty grueling sort of time for this football team in Jacksonville, but they were able to share some kind of cool behind-the-scenes stuff that they've been putting on the Twitter account for FSU Football. I'm going to try to pull it up here for everybody. I wasn't expecting this when I saw somebody link to it, Devontay, but I just want to kind of you walk us through it. I'll pop it up here on the screen. We'll play it first, and then we'll just kind of have a good laugh about it, I guess. Let me make sure I have it prepared so we can actually hear the audio and everything going on with it. But are you an artist after all, Devontay? Like, how did that happen?
Nah, not at all. They knew I could take the backlash from it. They especially from my teammates, so they kind of just let me do what I do. I was trying to have somebody else draw it, but they were like, "Nah, we want you to do it."
All right. Let's see how let's play it out. We're not aware with it yet. Let's see.
I'm Devontay Love-Taylor. This is my drawing of Coach Atkins. I just seen this guy, bro. Judas.
That's a bad art.
Mr. T.
We close?
Easy. That's Atkins. Atkins. It's Atkins. That's Atkins, bro. Coach Atkins. Coach Atkins. Oh, yeah. Good one. Coach Atkins. There's a picture on Twitter. Oh, yeah. That Coach Atkins right there. I already know. Look at the little beard. You lied because they just said it. No, but he did that one recently, though. He did that recently. Yeah. It is on Twitter. Oh, you do that? Oh, you down bad. The fans can have a field day with E on Twitter.
Oh, man. So where is that drawing? Where is that drawing right now, Devontay?
I don't know. I think they burned it, to be honest with you. That's what I would have done with it. It wasn't nothing special.
I'm sure Coach Atkins got hands on it, and it's being framed right now and hung above.
He should hang it in his living room or in his office or something. That was my best work.
How long did it take you to draw that?
They gave me 15 minutes, and it probably took me like 7.
Not gonna lie, at first I'm like, it almost kind of looks like the Pope. It almost kind of looks like Dante for a second.
Yeah, because the beard, I should have made the beard connect more. I'm more of a football player. I'm not much of an artist.
I got you. We like it. That was a well done, Seminole Productions and the folks at Florida State's video department. We do appreciate you guys doing that kind of stuff here. Huron's going to ask you about your roommate. What type of player is Brady Scott, and has he helped the offensive line core?
He's a great player, and he's a great leader. He's just a great guy to have in the room. He's been at Florida State for a while, and he's seen the ups and downs. So he just brings veteran experience, leadership, and he's a great guy to have around. And he's a great roommate too. Yeah,
for sure, man. There's 3 of you all in that house?
Yeah, it's me, Brady Scott, and Bryson Estes.
All right, there we go. We like Bryson. Let's see here. Chop Shop Reactions says that I wore 58 in high school as an offensive lineman. My inspiration, ironically, was Derek Thomas, former linebacker for Alabama. What was your inspiration or reason for wearing number 58?
There wasn't really one. I always wanted to be a skill guy growing up. And when I was in middle school and it was time to pick jerseys, I just wanted the lowest number possible. And I wanted a 50s number because I felt like the 60s and the 70s, they didn't look good. So I wanted 55, but somebody took it. So I got 58, and that was in like 8th grade. And then I just stuck with it, and I've had it ever since.
I think you could rock a 70s. You don't want to be in the 60s, I don't know, but you could pull off a 70s.
Yeah, like a 70s would be all right.
Thank you, Chop Shop Reactions, for the question. We do appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up button if you're just joining us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is Trench Talk with Devontay Love-Taylor. Let's go back to the Tribal Council on warchant.com. This comes from Ralph. Ralph's a Tallahassee native, lives in Hawaii now. He's back for the first time in like 23 years, Devontay. So he wants to know some places to eat while he's in town. Can you help him out? You got food recommendations? Or are you a foodie, Devontay?
Oh, yeah, I'm a big foodie. A-Town Wings is a great place to go. Madison Social, Relish, Miller's Ale House. Where else? If you want to keep it like just like on the change, you can go to Chick-fil-A. If you get hungry, like late night, Whataburger, Waffle House. There's a lot of places.
You're brave. You'd go to Waffle House at 2 a.m. if you're hungry, Devontay. You're that kind of man.
If I gotta eat. I gotta find a way.
No doubt, man. No doubt. What kind of wings do you get at Anytime Wings, Devontay?
I'll either get honey lemon pepper or medium honey lemon pepper.
Okay. All right. There we go. Let's bounce back here to YouTube. Zach asks, how much sleep do you think you'll get on Saturday night?
A pretty good amount. I'll find a way to get to sleep. I don't want to stay up and be too anxious. I'll probably catch the end of a game and then I'll probably sleep for about 8 to 9 hours. I'll be all right. I'll get some good sleep.
Good for you. How do things usually go, like on a home game? What's your guys' schedule like at the team hotel? Like, is there lights out? Do they do bed checks on you guys?
Yeah, they do bed checks, and it depends on how early the game is and how late it is. Like, we're playing a late game, so we'll get to sleep in, but they don't want to let you sleep too much. And then there's like an early risers breakfast, and then we just start doing everything as a team, like walkthroughs and stuff like that, film. And then like we get some downtime before to relax.
Let's see here. Chris Clayton asks, what's the overall feeling of the team going into this opener?
we're excited. You know, we're ready to show that we've been working and how much we've improved. And to be honest, we're just already, you know, we're getting out of fall camp. We're all ready to hit somebody that's not wearing the same color as us.
Okay. All right. Let's keep it in terms of the team right now. Let's go back to the Travel Council. R.O. Noel asks, what are your impressions of our defense compared to last year after now having a chance to face them in the preseason?
The defense, you know, it's different. You know, we got different guys up front. So, you know, everybody, you know, both the ends are new, and they just bring a different dynamic to the defense. And, you know, everybody's improved. We got another year under the system, and I'm excited to see what they do. You know, we've been competing every day at practice, and, you know, there's some times where I'll lose a rep and I'll be like, man, I can't wait to see him do that to somebody else. But I'm really excited to watch the defense.
How about my guy Dennis Briggs breaking the stone the other day, man?
Oh yeah, he deserved every bit of that, man. He had such a great camp. My locker's actually right next to his, and we'd come in and we'd talk after practice every day, and just seeing his improvement and like seeing where his mindset is and what he's saying and like what he's thinking. I'm so excited to watch him play.
Absolutely. Also ask, what are some of the differences pass blocking for a guy like Jordan Travis when you know he could scramble all over the place or just take off running?
You know, you got to be aware because sometimes you'll be engaged in your block, and when he goes to run, the guy on defense will go to run too, and you can't get extended or they'll call you for a hold. So you just got to be aware, but you also can't let go too soon because if he decides to run and stop, you don't want to give up a sack or anything like that, and you want to take care of your quarterback.
Absolutely.
And you want to chase him and pick him up always.
William McMillan asks, ask Devontay, is he going to watch the Alabama-Miami game on Saturday? It's 2 p.m. You might be busy around then, I would think.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know if I'll be able to catch all of it, but if we're not at meetings or anything, I'll watch some of it.
Corey asks, does it excite you knowing you're playing the greatest name in college football history? I guess, you know, playing Notre Dame, the big name Notre Dame.
I think I played for the greatest name in college football history, to be honest. So,
Ooh.
I mean, it's cool, but, you know, I get to put on that Florida State uniform every Saturday and every day at practice. So that's exciting to me.
Well done. You might have a career in politics after this ball. It's almost like we teed that one up for him. Way to handle that one. Let's jump back here to the Travel Council, warchant.com. We'll go to George. George's question is, Devontay, what are your plans for a career post-football at Florida State? Hopefully after a long NFL career. Love hearing what our players have in store for their futures. You are a great representation of our program. Go Noles.
I haven't really fully decided yet. You know, I'm going to do something involved in football. I haven't decided if I want to go into sports broadcasting or coaching yet. I want to go into coaching. Just, you know, I want to help out like younger kids, you know, and coaches have such a big inspiration in people's lives, and I want to do that. But I love talking about sports, whether it's football or basketball, and just seeing the guys on TV, they get to talk about football and they get paid for it. You know, that would be the life for me, to be honest.
All right. Ax the X, most important thing. He just said, pick your teammates up off the ground after the play. Is that something that like it's a thing you guys talk about within your unit? Is that something that your guys are coached to do? How does that sort of
yeah, it's like a pride thing. It's a big pride thing, you know, especially if it's like your quarterback, your running back, you always want to make sure you pick them up. You know, they had a hard run, you know, they could have got hit. You want to take as much off them as possible, pick them up and move on to the next play.
Got a question from Brian Walters. How often do you guys talk about keeping your foot on the gas even if something bad happens? I know Coach Norvell talked about your guys' mental strength and being able to overcome adversity. How much of that has been maybe an emphasis for you guys this offseason? It's
a big emphasis, and, you know, it's about your response, not just when something bad happens, but responding to failure and responding to success, because you can get too high on yourself and then you don't know how to respond to being successful. And then when you do fail, or if you do fail again, you don't know how to act because you were just so successful. But we preach on it every day. You know, it doesn't matter if it's an individual rep, you taking the wrong steps, or if it's a team rep, you know, it's about how you respond the next play.
I'm almost hesitant to pull this up, but I think it's hard sometimes to read on the fly. Devontay, I think we'll be okay here. This is Cat Chaser. It says, Devontay, did you know that Aslan graduated from a high school that is less than 10 minutes from the one you graduated from? Fly, Eagles, fly. Eastlake. What's up, y'all? I graduated from the same one as Aslan, but I can hear play-by-play from your old field on Friday nights. So once a lawn recommendation. It says his lawn guy is horrible there. So North Pinellas County, Pasco County, we're everywhere, man. We're representing. That's how we go. Zach wants some inside knowledge on jerseys. Are you Phil Knight? Do you know how the jersey game works? Any talk on jersey changes?
I don't know anything about the jerseys. I just put on what's on my shoulder pads when it's time to go.
Do you guys, is there the Unity Council? Do you guys get to vote on what you guys wear, or is that a Coach Norvell thing?
I believe it's a little bit of both. We haven't done it yet. I'm not sure how we're going to do that this year, to be honest.
Okay. All right. I mean, you're a traditional guy, right? You'd like to wear the blacks, but if not, you'd go garnet and gold.
Yeah, for sure. I'll wear whatever as long as I get to play football.
There we go. That's the mentality that people love to hear. Scott Duran on YouTube asks Devontay LoveTaylor DLT, which we should have, we could have done so many cool names for this. Not that Trench Talk isn't cool, but we could have like Love is in the air or Love is on the air, like DLT, no pickle, extra fries or something. But he says, what is the most common mistake freshmen linemen make when they come in from high school? You want to be a coach? Break it down for us, Devontay.
To me, it would honestly be your knowledge of the game. Coming in high school, you don't really have to know much. You just block left, block right. Here, you got to understand a lot more. You got to learn schemes. You got to learn why we're doing this, when we're doing this. You got to know the situation. You got to know the down and distance. You got to know who's playing next to you. You got to know who you're going against. It's just that's the big thing. You can teach physical stuff, but the mental stuff you got to kind of learn on your own and understand. So, like, coming in, if you really want to play as a freshman, the first thing you should do is learn the playbook, and the physical stuff will develop over time.
Are you telling Bryson these things? Are you letting him know?
Of course. Bryson's tired of hearing me right now. I hope he's not watching because
Coach Norvell talks about, he and Coach Illingham about how this is a pro-style offense. I don't know if you got other friends that play ball, at the college level, but do you trade notes at all? I mean, just how involved is this offense in terms of its kind of, complexity? Because this isn't like a high school offense, and this is a pretty elaborate scheme that you guys are, and you got to really be dialed in to know what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I got a few high school teammates and then my old teammates from my previous school. We don't really talk about scheme and stuff. We talk more about like individual and what we do in certain situations. Like if I'm talking to one of my O-line friends, we talk about how we set in certain situations against what type of speed rushers, power rushers, 3 techs, noses, stuff like that.
All right. Well, one of these days, we'll need you to break down the whole 3 tech nose, tech, wide 9, all that kind of stuff, and make us as smart as we think we are when we criticize everybody. Will Haley says Coach Bobby Bowden used to take the team to Thomasville the night before home games to avoid temptation. LOL. Anything similar from Coach Norvell? Do you guys stay in town? Do you guys get out of town for home game?
I can't really reveal where we stay at.
All right.
Just to be safe. But no, like we don't really have any temptation. At the end of the day, it's a business trip when you go to the hotel. So we're all grown men. So if there's any temptation to leave the hotel, you don't need to be at the hotel.
There you go. Let's see. We got a question on YouTube about how is Coach Storm's strength and conditioning program? How's it gotten you guys prepared for this season? Comes from Eric.
Oh, it's gotten us ready. We had such a healthy camp, and that's just because what we did in the off season. We start off with the tour of duty, and then we have summer conditioning, and then the lifting and the development throughout the summer. I'm a 6-year senior, and I've lifted more weight than I ever have, and that's just based off what Coach Storms and his staff have done.
All right. Going over to Twitter, I'm told for some other questions. We do have questions here on YouTube as well as Warchant.com Tribal Council. Hit that thumbs up button here on YouTube showing that you like the video, and the subscribe button's right below Devontay. So get busy on that one as well as we're taking your questions here on Trench Talk. As we pull that up, Connor Crispel asks, how has the NIL been for you? Is it hard to get deals to make it worth it or not really?
It's been good. You don't want to do too much, because you don't want to look like you're just accepting everything that's thrown your way. And you also got to remember at the end of the day, these companies want to talk to you because you are playing football. And if you don't perform when it's time to perform, then there's no point in having all these sponsorships and everything like that. So it's been good, but at the end of the day, you got to keep the main thing the main thing.
Charles Rice on Twitter asks, how impactful, in your opinion, do you think the crowd will be Sunday night? Is it something you think the new guys who've never experienced with the COVID from last year will thrive off of?
I know I'll thrive off of it. I've never played in Doak full or in front of however many people we're going to have. And, it's going to be real exciting. As long as they're quiet when we're on offense and loud when we're on defense, then we'll be good.
Here we go. There's someone who used to walk in your shoes. Donald Heaven, played ball here at Florida State back in the day, asks, do you guys keep score on decleaters and pancakes? If so, who do you think would lead for you guys?
We don't right now, but just because I feel like that's what we're expected to do. So it's not much like rewarded. But if we were to keep score, I would say Robert Scott.
Okay. All right, old Robert. So yeah. What is the core difference between a decleater and a pancake, Devontay?
So I feel like a pancake is just straight up drive blocking, one-on-one, burying somebody. A decleater is more in pass pro, where if I'm not covered up, I can just go and hit somebody, like go help the tackle or help the center. And when their guy's not looking, just come and decleat them. What's
more fulfilling for you? Would you rather have would you rather be Mr. Pancake or Mr. Decleater?
It depends on the person.
Okay. All right.
If it's more like a run stopper guy, then I just want to get under. If I can get underneath them and bury them, then that means something.
Let's see if you're as good at the politics as you were earlier. What game are you most excited for? Jamie Ward asks on Facebook.
The next game.
There we go. There we go. My guy, man. He knows what to do, man. It's do you get ticket requests? I mean, I'm sure you get ticket requests as a player, but I mean, like, we hear about like on NFL and Hard Knocks, and when they have big games, it's like, man, they go back and they play in their hometown. The amount of ticket requests they get. Do you got people blowing up your phone coming up on a game like Notre Dame?
Yeah, for sure. I probably had like 3 or 4 phone calls the past couple of days. Okay. But we get it all handled and situated.
All right. Briley asked, what do you think is the number one difference in the team's mentality heading into this season?
The confidence, I don't really know how to explain it, but last year we didn't have a spring ball. We didn't have spring ball. We were just learning each other and each other's play styles during camp. We didn't really know the coaches that well going into last year. Now we had a full year. We had spring, we had summer, we had team bonding, and we're just confident in each other. I'm confident that the guy next to me is going to do his job, and everybody else is too.
Connor wants us to spill the beans. Are you going to get any touches in the run game, Devontay? The running back.
I don't want to reveal the game plan, but like, don't get your hopes up, but don't be surprised either.
Well done. Well done. Don't forget, you can hit the thumbs up button. You can post your questions here on YouTube. Also over on the Tribal Council, taking your questions here until the bottom of the hour, 6:30 on Trench Talk with Devontay Love-Taylor, who's the projected starter on the depth chart, right guard. Shout out to our guy. Another question here from YouTube. If there was a wing eating contest between the offensive and defensive line, who would win?
The offensive line. The only guy that might be able to keep up with us is Coop. But as like a group, I like us.
How cool is Robert? Is Robert Cooper as cool as I think he is? I think like if I could, I really want to be friends with Robert Cooper, Devontay. Like I just think
he needs like a reality show. Like that is a funny guy.
Yeah. He's like the most interesting man in the world. Right here, Noel Yakin, we don't want to give away too much of the game plan, but can you kick a field goal?
I can. I won the punt, pass, and kick in like 6th grade. I went to the Buck Stadium and kicked and everything. Athlete.
Let's go. All right, so like if coach was like, all right, if Devontay makes his field goal, we get the day off tomorrow. Like you feel like you'd be able to rise to the pressure and make it in front of everybody, like everybody who's surrounding you on the practice field, like yelling.
If I got a practice kick, I'd hit the second one.
Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Eric wants to know, Devontay, what's going to be the pregame meal for Sunday? Hopefully honey fried chicken, he says.
I don't know about honey fried chicken on Sunday, maybe Saturday, but Sunday it'll probably just be some pasta and veggies. Keep it light, but stuff that'll give you energy.
All right. Zachary Gibbons, do you think the running game will see solid improvement this season? You guys got a lot of good guys back there, Devontay. Lots of options.
We do. We got a really talented backfield, and and our O-line's improved. I believe it will. I believe we're going to improve everywhere this season.
How about Trayshawn Ward, man? Did you see this coming? Like, are you going to be – you should scout these things out for us. I mean, Trayshawn's looked great. Jayshawn's been really strong and powerful, and we know what Lawrence can do. DJ's a new guy. I mean, those guys, I don't know, they make your job easy, and hopefully you're making their job easy, I would think.
I don't want to speak on Trey too much because I don't want to ruin what he's about to show. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say.
All right. Let's see what else we got here. Ronnie Noel wants to see that picture of Coach Atkins. We already showed her on that. So we really don't know where the picture is right now, though, Devontay?
No, I don't know. I could ask for it, but like, you know, Coach Norvell didn't really like it. He told me it was a bad drawing, and it kind of hurt my feelings. So I kind of didn't want to see it after that. Also, all my friends told me it was bad.
He's just trying, Coach. He's trying to climb. He's just trying to climb. Let our guy climb.
I gotta respond.
Since you've been doing a couple of these, Charles asks, has anybody on the team or coaches given you a hard time about your dreams of someday being a running back?
No, nobody has. They know what I can do, so they don't really like. They know I can move a little bit, so they all have their dreams too.
All right, Devontay. So you guys, with this whole schedule being the way it is, so tomorrow's a day off for you guys, then you'll get the practice starting on Wednesday. Just, I guess. Is it now this point? Is it going to be all pretty much Notre Dame? I mean, you guys seem to be kind of getting there at that point, but now is it just total focusing on Notre Dame once you guys start back up on Wednesday?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just focusing on them and then focusing on improving ourselves as well.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Trench Talk with Devontay Love-Taylor continuing here on Warchant TV, youtube.com. Hit that thumbs up button, everybody. We'll have interviews from tomorrow's press conference with Coach Norvell and the coordinators. So, game week does start for all of us here on the website and Warchant starting tomorrow. A pit master from Perry, his name is Chris. He says, Devontay, I'll come cook some barbecue for you guys if you think it will help you win. Any requests? He's a legit pit master. If you could have like somebody cater barbecue for you guys, what would they need to throw on the grill, on the smoker for you, Devontay?
Everything. We eat it all. Chicken, brisket, sausage. It doesn't matter. And I'm a pit master from Perry. I'm going to have to remember that.
Yeah, we're trying. Yeah. I'm a brisket guy. Are you like, if you had ribs or brisket, like which one would you pick?
Probably brisket.
My man. Sliced brisket, right? Like it's got not the chopped up stuff. It's got to be sliced.
No, slice.
All right. What sides?
I like baked beans, mac and cheese. Depending on the place, potato salad. And if they have the yams, I love yams.
Okay. I'm a coleslaw guy, but I've been getting a lot of bad coleslaw, so maybe I need to like start the potato salad game. It's been a rough go.
You can't eat everybody's potato salad though.
You can't, man. You can't. Let's see here. Rob Raithman thinks you'll make a great play-by-play guy someday, Devontay. So you got.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You got his seal of approval. Zach asks, do you have any pregame superstitions?
Not really. You know, I just try to get relaxed as possible. You know, I listen to my music, hydrate, you know, warm up, you know, just get ready to play.
So, like, if you guys win, like, you won't wear the same socks until you guys lose?
Nah.
Is there anybody that's got crazy superstitions on the team that, like, you got to, like, respect during the game and everything?
Not that I've seen, you know. I can't even – No, I can't think of any.
Just like, hey, you were here on the bus last week when we won. I need you to sit in that same seat. All right, that's good. So, you know, I used to be like that, Devontay. Like, you know, I'd be watching a Florida State game, and if they scored a touchdown, I was like, all right, everybody freeze. We're not moving for the rest of the night. Like, I really thought that meant a difference. But then it was like, you know, if you have Jameis Winston back there, you know, you're going to be okay. So it doesn't really matter where I sit. As long as he's playing quarterback, you'll be pretty good. B-Rod, he wants to know if Coach has ever mentioned to you that he doesn't like me. Me and Mike get along. Me and Mike were cool, everybody. I assure you, everybody. Let's see what else we got here on the YouTube. There's just so many right here. So do you have a lot of family, Terry asked, that are going to be visiting Doak on Sunday? Is there going to be a large Love-Taylor contingent in the stands?
Yeah, for the most part, there is. You know, my family, they're very supportive. They come to every game they can, home or away. And they've been like that since high school. They always find a way to come and support me.
Were they able to make some of the games last season?
They were. I had at least somebody at every game last year.
All right. Like, do you like during warmups? Like, do you go and like try to wave to them, or is like once you're on the once warmups?
They just let me focus, and they find a way to make it up here. My brother plays games on Friday nights, and they still find a way to get up here. But I usually see them after the game on Saturday. They let me be and let me focus. Your
brother playing at Mitchell?
Yes, sir.
What's what class is he?
He is class of 23, so he's a junior this year.
Okay, where's he going to play? Where are we going to see him at?
We don't know yet. Hopefully up here.
Okay. What offensive line? Is he a defensive line?
He plays. He starts on the O line and the D line.
Okay. Is it? I mean, do you try to be like big brother, or do you try to be like Coach LoveTaylor sometimes?
It depends. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes he'll ask me something. I'll say, "Do you want a brother right now, or do you want a football player right now?" And he'll tell me, and I'll be whichever he needs.
All right, let's take this one last question here, and then Andre Elam asks, "What artist do you listen to pregame?" Zachary Gibbons asks, "Who is your go-to music artist to listen to that gets you pumped up for a game?"
I'll listen to Drake, Lil Durk, Lil Baby. That's about it. NBA YoungBoy. I listen to a bunch of different artists.
So do you have like a Spotify playlist, or do you have like a personally curated list where it's like, this has got to go first, and then I wanted to go to this song, and I want to go to that song, or do you just go on Spotify and hit play and just zone out?
I'm on Apple Music, and I'll just click whatever I feel like hearing at that time.
Okay. Last one on the way out, Connor asks, who's your favorite NBA team?
I don't really have one. I like watching the Warriors, though. I like watching Steph Curry.
There we go. Good answer. All right, that's a wrap. We've hit the bottom of the hour. Our guy's got places to be. He's got a big game to prepare for. Notre Dame, number 9 in the country, comes to Tallahassee Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. on ABC. Devontay, thanks so much for taking time out during a game week. I can't wait to keep doing these, man. Best of luck. And again, congratulations on earning that starting job, man. Well earned, well deserved.
Yes, sir. Thank you all very much.
He's Devontay LoveTaylor. I'm Aslan Hajavani. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up on the way out. Stay connected to warchant.com. Seminole headlines tomorrow, 1 to 3, live right here on YouTube. Have a great one, everybody.